Now the time has come to introduce the three Admirals, the military force that will engage any terrain military force. This is the special unit that will take over on any fighting mission except for Akainu. These are the most powerful characters in the series, the OPWG. And if the same concept apply from Earth to the One Piece world, they will be the strongest character. Here they go. Let's start with this guy. Now is the turn for the man who can become and control magma itself. A marine soldier who managed to get to fleet Admiral rank. A man who I consider a top 5 as strongest character in the series. A guy with the strictest policy to handle pirates, no matter if he knows that a particular pirate has no history or criminal background. A guy that we should not expect flexibility regarding politics. He's not the guy who someone can count on to say he will understand. Akainu is not that guy. Alright, let's see what does this hiring document has to say about Akainu. Based on a close examination of the One Piece series, Sakazuki, also referred to as Akainu, appears to have all the qualities needed to be an Admiral. We are confident that with him on our side, we can accomplish our objectives in these challenging and unpredictable times based on his outstanding performance. Reason for hiring: despite the fact that Akainu in combat has the upper hand by a lot, he might not survive multiple rounds of a strong blast of nitrogen or liquid helium. We fear that his body might not recover if a great portion is pulverized or dissolved. Therefore, he is advised that only engages with a special covert operation mission. Alright, Akainu is basically a walking mass of magma in perfect human form, for just like the other Logia users. I believe if blasted with something like a rocket propelled with grenade RPG, he will experience some misformation and he will regenerate. Now, if he get blasted many times, it will take longer based on how misshapen he is. Now, if he blasted again and again and again, then blasted with bomb, mostly made of liquid nitrogen, with a bit of explosion, just to start the detonation, that is what it takes to bring him down. In case he rebels against the higher ups, there are realistic options on the table to calm him down. Try to relax because we know how to put you down. We know your weakness. That's how it works with Akainu. Alright, let's see what over here says. Objective: to conduct preemptive strikes against dangerous hostile units. Benefits: even though Akainu is not a hit and run unit, he's instructed not to engage in missions where the enemy might expect his arrival. Limitation: he cannot summon meteor volcano. Alright, that's what I have to say about Akainu. Alright, who's the next one? Eneru. Alright, time to describe this guy. Eneru. First, I'm gonna start this question to whoever is watching this video and understanding. If you were in a bad financial situation and had the power of Eneru, of being electricity in perfect human form, and be able to use that power to your advantage, just as Eneru was able to use it, plus being able to create electrical arcs according to the amount of voltage generated. What would you do? You had this power and you were in this bad economic situation. Well, you don't have to answer. The answer to the question in practical terms of action will reveal someone's true color and identity. Enero did not hesitate to harvest the benefits of this power and become the king of Skypiea. If you ask, alright, answer me the question that you just asked me. What would you do if you were in a bad economic situation having this power available? Well, fair enough. This is what I would do. I would take a look to the actual geopolitics around the world that is happening right now and find out the official meeting location or high ranking official of a country that is clashing with another country. I pick the country who is very aligned with my point of view. Then I make a starting entrance and keep my voltage to about 50 and amps really low to zero. But I begin to apply about 95 voltage for about half second to the guards so that they can stay away from me. And I request a translator. Then I ask them, how much are you willing to pay if I make the other guy, the other team to stop attacking you? They're able to pay millions of dollars just to get that guy out of the way. Then we end up with that deal. And then I pay a visit to the other guy, to the higher ups. And then I start applying voltages. Of course, not the amount. And then keep increasing those voltages. And keep increasing it. Applying those subs until we end up with a deal. Then I wait until the guy declared the war is over. And then I visit the other guy that I made the deal with so that, okay, buddy, time to pay. Of course, they'll be more than happy to pay. That's what I would do if I had any root power and if I was in a bad economic situation. Alright, here I present the second Admiral of the series. In my opinion, this guy should be the second most powerful character in the series of One Piece. Admiral should be able to generate arc flashes enough to melt any type of metal of insulation, including rubber. As of right now, the only characters that comes to my mind who have the power to establish a world government by force nowadays, if they came to real life, are Kizaru and Eneru. Alright, let's see the hiring document. What to say about Enel or Eneru? After a thorough analysis of the One Piece series, it seems that Eneru, also known as Enel, possesses every attribute required to hold the rank of Admiral based on his excellent performance. We're sure that with him on our side, we can achieve our goals in these difficult and uncertain times. Reason for hiring. Eneru is the perfect fit for the role of Admiral because of his natural composition of electricity. With such nature and ability, he can direct electrical attack with great accuracy and being invincible in nature. Also, he doesn't require regeneration just like Kizaru. No matter how advanced the adversary is, he can simply seize the front line against any terrain fighting force with his might. Given the nature of capabilities, we believe he is capable to disable any military electronic equipment, thus bringing down any army that relies on conventional technology. Additionally, he can utilize his influence to persuade individuals in position of authority when facing hostile regimes. Question: are you guys familiar with an entity called Zeus? If so, let me tell you that Eneru is way more powerful than Zeus because Eneru is made from electricity and immune to anything and everything he's immune to. In the series of One Piece, Luffy was not supposed to defeat Eneru. Point number one, Luffy did not know Haki at that point, at that moment. Point number two, Luffy's punches were supposed to pass through Eneru's body. Point number three, Eneru could have created arc flashes just over 500 degrees Fahrenheit and bursted right next to Luffy. According to the online search that I made, I was able to find that the arc flashes could be as high as 35,000 degrees. 35,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And rubber, the melting point of rubber, if I'm not wrong, is at most a few hundred degrees Fahrenheit. So in reality, Luffy was not supposed to win a fight against this guy. He can create a flash that can melt metal, wood, rubber. This is like, in my opinion, the second most powerful guy in the series, in One Piece, Eneru. Stronger than White Bear. Of course, in the series he's not, but in my analysis, he should be stronger than White Bear. Alright, let's see what to say over here. Objective: to confront any hostile military. Yeah, to confront any hostile military, any army, air force, ground force, navy, anything. Benefit: with the benefit of electricity, we are confident that any military equipment will start to malfunction after applying a high electrical voltages. Furthermore, Eneru is not a hit and run unit. His ability will be extremely useful when setting the terms and conditions to certain key individuals. A little bit of torture. That's what it is. Until I'm gonna apply voltages until we reach a deal. If you are the hiring decision guy, the guy that gives the command to pull the trigger. Limitation: no mantra available. Alright, time to talk about the last guy, the last Admiral. Who is Kizaru? This guy right here. Let's see what does say about an Admiral whose sense of justice is really freaking hard to figure out. The guy almost always suppresses his emotion, so it is harder to figure out how he feels about something. A character that allegedly moves to the speed of light, in my opinion, should be considered the most powerful or strongest in the series. Even if it was a 5%, the speed of light should be considered the strongest, the most powerful guy. Alright, let's take a look to the hiding document. About Kizaru or Borsalino. Borsalino, based on our extensive story of the One Piece series, it appears that Kizaru or Borsalino has all the qualities needed to be an Admiral. We're confident that with him at our side we can accomplish our objectives in these challenging and unpredictable times based on his outstanding performance. Reason for hiring: being made of light particle, being able to direct that energy in attack mode with high accuracy, and thus being indestructible makes Kizaru an ideal candidate to hold the position of Admiral. With his power, he can easily take the front line when dealing with any terrain fighting force, no matter how advanced the enemy is. Admiral Kizaru does not need for me to further explain his capability. Kizaru is instructed to report his location periodically because when he dies, out of aging, whoever gets that power can rule the world, just as Eneru. In the series of One Piece, those are the only two characters that comes to my mind that has the power that if they came to this world, they can impose a world government by force. Those two characters, Eneru and Kizaru, because they cannot be destroyed. They are made of energy. They cannot be destroyed. So I think that's it for the Admiral position. Chapter 3, the Admiral. Next one, I'm gonna talk about Big News Morgan. He almost made it to the CPX agent. He almost made it.